Hey guys, Nerd Reviews London here, and today I'm at London Anime Gaming Con in Hammersmith at the Novotel. So let's head in and see what's going on. Thank you for joining me on another Nerd Reviews London video, this time covering London Anime Gaming Con. And as you can see, we're just entering after collecting our wristbands, but we're on the third floor. This convention has 4 floors to it, so let me take you all through each floor and show you what's going on. Now as you enter on the first entrance floor, you're on the third floor and there are 2 sides to it. On the right is the main exhibition center, but on the left is the gaming room. The gaming room is a bit out of the way, so I don't think everyone actually at this convention goes to it, but I do like to check it out first. The gaming section is split into 2 rooms. The first room has about 40 consoles set up, playing old school retro games. Now these range from the NES, SNES, N64 and GameCube, and the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Saturn and Dreamcast. There's a lot of different games here, as you can see, and I really like this section. If you happen to be with your friends, or if you have children or nieces or nephews that are quite young, this is a great room to come to and show them the retro old school gaming. As a 35-year-old, these are the games I grew up on. For me, it's one of the golden eras of gaming. It's great to show the young people in our lives now what gaming used to be like for us all those years ago, and how much they have nowadays that they take for granted, such as HD graphics, online multiplayer. It might not be the biggest, but I think there's a lot to do here. As you can see, there are some multiplayer games you can play. Street Fighter here, you've got Diddy Kong Racing, absolute classic, play this for days. They even had Guitar Hero 2 here, which I haven't played in years, so I ended up getting lost in this and playing it for about an hour against other people I'd met at the convention, which was really fun. This is the second room, where you do have some retro old school consoles, but you have a lot more modern gaming as well. So the whole middle section is filled with laptops and PCs, and then all around the side is modern day consoles, Switches, PS5s and the latest Xbox. And they also have the tournaments there that they run throughout the weekend, such as Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Street Fighter and Tekken and other games. So that's really cool. This is the other side of the entrance. This is the main anime exhibition center, where they have the second stage, which they do panels with the celebrity guests that are attending, such as voice actors. If there's a person who you're a fan of here, you can come and see them on the stage and do a Q&A with them. You might be able to ask them a question. You also have stalls set up selling their merch as usual. And there's a variety of merch here. Some might be to your taste, some might not be to your taste. These are the anime mystery bags, which I have to say, as a personal warning, I do not recommend buying them. They're not a scam, you do actually get stuff in them, but in my opinion, for the price they are, which is about 20 to 30 pounds, I say you can buy a lot better stuff of your choosing at the convention. If you'd like me to buy one and see for myself what it is, then let me know and I'll try and do that at the next convention. Here we have some stalls selling weapons, and there are many of them dotted around. We also have a life-size Goku statue that would be perfect for my room. Here's a stall that I've covered in my previous video, Spokemon. I'm a big fan of their work. I highly recommend it. I think it's really good stuff. Yet to get one, I've been putting it off for a while. They're a bit on the pricier side, but damn do they look good. If you happen to have bought one of these, please let me know in the comments what you think of them and what Pokemon you got. Here we have some more stalls, some Attack on Titan trousers I was really tempted to buy. And then a lot more stalls selling a big range of merchandise. So let's move up to the next floor up, which is the tabletop gaming section. Now this floor is a bit smaller than previous floors. It's mainly one big room, which is filled with tables for people to play games on. This is the mezzanine floor, so the second floor down, and where they do Artists Alley. It's a bunch of connected rooms link into each other, which you have to go in a one-way system. And there's a bunch of artists here selling their own unique stuff. I'm a big fan of Artists Alley because all these different stalls are run by different people doing their own unique styles of art, and they tend to do artwork of characters that are their favorites. You tend to get characters that don't get a lot of artwork and merchandise, and I really like that. I would recommend Nice Draws. She does a really good watercolor style. She also has some really good artwork of characters you don't tend to see much artwork of. This is also another store which does keychains, which I really like. Here we have Baby Senpai, another artist on Artist Alley, who had some really good stuff. Really recommended a lot of these t-shirts, including this Berserk one that I really wanted to get for a friend who's a massive Berserk fan. I know he would have loved that. And here we have the ground floor, the bottom floor of the convention, which is where a bunch more exhibitors and vendors are, along with the main stage where a lot of performances will happen later on, which we'll talk about then. This is a stall called Shafe's Art, really good stuff. So that's the main stage where artists perform, such as Xiaodo, who performs during this day, this Comic-Con. Here we have a stall that I've covered before called Kaname, and they do some really nice artwork prints, so I had to check them out again. These are the maps from different series, and I have to say, these are really nice. As a fan of all the different maps from series, I really like these. I think the Pokemon ones would look really good as a nice multi-picture set in your room. So these are definitely worth checking out. I've talked about these guys before. It's only £5 for a print and £10 if you get it with a frame. I definitely recommend get them in the frame. So if you see these guys, worth checking out. Now this is the main stage area. This is DA Games performing there, and there are a lot of other people that perform throughout the weekend. They also do the cosplay masquerade and cosplay catwalk and stuff like that. So that's what all happens here. And that is London Anime Gaming Con. And personally, I'm a fan of LAGC. I've been there a number of times now, but I have heard mixed things from people. So I wanted to ask some people their opinions and see what they thought of the convention. So let's ask them a few questions. What did you think of London Anime Gaming Con today?
I had better expectations of it, to be honest. I'll say the different cosplayers were phenomenal. 100%. The vendors were a bit of a letdown.
Was this your first time at London Anime Gaming Con then?
Yes.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. This was one of my first ever sort of conventions ever. I've got quite a different background to Colleen here, so I basically recognised everything. I was a bit disappointed on how little gaming stuff there was.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was a majority anime, and then there wasn't a lot of original stuff. I feel like I could have gotten quite a lot of this on Amazon or Wish or whatever. There was some people in there that were absolutely amazing. Overall, it was a nice first experience.
What did you think of London Anime Gaming Con today, and was this your first time here?
It was my first time yesterday. This is my second day of being here. First time, I would have to say it was amazing, seeing like loads of people taking loads of selfies and all that, and seeing people. I was not Tanjiro yesterday. I was Toji is what it was.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Saw loads of them. It was great. Loads of like singing as well in one of the theatres up at the front there, and like loads of like swords and all you can buy. But it was fun. Second time around I came here, it's just a repeat of what it was yesterday.
And this is your first time cosplaying as well?
This is my first
apart
time
from yesterday as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great, that's great. So you're a fan of Demon Slayer, I take it?
I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer.
Nice. Would you say that's your favourite anime at the moment?
I would say it's my favourite, yeah.
Today I'm here as Albedo from Overlord.
Oh yeah. Cool, and is this your first time?
It's my first con, but I was here yesterday as Nezuko from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, cool. First con so far, what did you think of it? Good?
It's not bad, apart from the fact I could say it gets a bit hot.
What's some of your favourite animes?
I'd say Overlord, the time I got reincarnated as Slime, and Demon Slayer.
Is this your first time at London Anime Gaming Con?
It's the first time in this one, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
first time London, but not first time con.
Okay, and what did you think of this event?
This one's been pretty good. There's a lot going on. It's bigger than anything that we've been to before.
And is this your first time cosplaying?
No, about our fourth time going out in cosplay.
And what would you say was the best thing about today for you?
Loved the cosplay parade. That was really good.
So the overall opinion appears to be that London Anime Gaming Con is more anime and less gaming. Now I can't disagree with that. As somebody who personally enjoys the gaming section, I will admit it is very small in relative size compared to the rest of the convention, which is a shame. Even when it comes to the stalls selling merch, there is an overwhelming amount of anime compared to gaming. Having said all that, I would recommend this convention to anyone that hasn't been to one before. This is a very good convention for first timers, people that are looking to dip their toes into a convention, maybe cosplay for the first time. This is a very good one to do it at. We all go to conventions for different reasons. Some of us like to cosplay, other people want to buy some merch, some people like to go with their friends or make new ones. And some of us just want to forget about the pressures of work and life and go and have a fun weekend. And LAGC does that. Now yes, the activities are lacking, but the merch I find is very good, the environment and energy is good, the cosplays are fun, and overall, as I said, for a first time convention, it's really good. And speaking of the merch, I got one of my favourite pieces of merch that I've wanted to buy for a long time there. This artwork from Manga Market is one of my favourite styles of artwork that I've seen at any convention. I love the use of negative space using the manga panels and offset in the design. They have a really good range of series and characters covered in their artwork, and they've also branched out into clothing now as well. I happened to pick up a few t-shirts myself. Now, the prints themselves are £20 or £35 with a frame, and the t-shirts were £30 or 2 for £50. But I will say that I did not buy mine with a frame. The frames are the same ones that Kaname uses. So if you want to buy one of the prints for £20, then go over to Kaname and buy a piece of artwork with a frame for £10, and that way you've spent £30 and you've got a frame for your print from Manga Market that also fits the Kaname one, and you've saved £5. So overall, another fun convention. So let me know if you went to this one in the comments. Please let me know if you enjoyed it and had a good time and your thoughts on it in this video. Until next time, take care.